I had a client that was struggling to swim 210 for 100 meters in freestyle. They were tired, frustrated, and just wondering if they were built for freestyle at all. In just 6 months' time, we were able to drop that 210 down to a 130. In this video, I'm gonna show you the exact 5 areas that we changed for him to achieve that amazing improvement. I'm Siska, welcome to the channel. Let's dive into this. The first thing that we wanted to improve with this guy was that he was slipping through the water big time. His elbow was dropping, he didn't know where to put the power, and he was just doing it all wrong. In correct freestyle, it involves the famous high elbow, firming the stroke up at the right time. But how do you do this? How do you time this correctly? Let me show you right now. The easiest way I can show you this is that when he was swimming, he was just literally pulling on the water like I'm about to show you on this chair. He was doing this, he was doing this. And as you can see, even here on land, it's a struggle to move this chair backwards. But with a simple adjustment, all you need to do is rotate your shoulder inwards, and look what happens. All of a sudden my elbow is high and I'm in a much more powerful position. And when I push on the chair, look what happens. I can easily just flick it behind me. And so from the front, it looks like this. Rotate inwards, and all of a sudden you're high with that elbow, and you can use all the big, powerful muscles of your body. There's a drill that we can do for this that really makes it easy to feel this in the water. Check it out. With this drill, I can't stress enough how it can improve your feel for the water and getting that elbow high. For some reason, when you keep your arms underneath the water, when you're pulling through like this, it just teaches you how to generate more power and pull. I recommend doing this drill at least every warm-up before you go into your main set. And this is what we did with my guy to get him to understand how to pull more water. Now, the next thing we focused on in his technique is that he was doing something that a lot of you do, and that he was pulling with his breathing arm while breathing, where that pulling arm needs to stay straight when you take a breath. Because when you pull with it while you go for a breath, you're just causing huge drag and it slows you down to no end. This is one reason he was stuck at 210. The correct way is to have that arm straight when you're going for a breath, and don't start executing the pull until your head goes back down. Let me show you what I'm talking about, so that you better understand what my client was doing in the water that was slowing him down so much. Is that when he was going for that breath, here's the pulling arm, here's the recovery arm. When he was turning his head for a breath, this arm was coming down. And look at this position right here that I'm in. This is just full frontal drag, causing the brakes to be on big time in your stroke. When you go for a breath, guys, you have to have this arm straight so that your momentum continues. Only when you put your head back down, this arm starts pulling down. Okay? And that's how we have a good rhythm and powerful rhythm in our stroke. That simple adjustment can add free speed immediately. What we did with my guy to help him understand this is that we drilled and drilled catch-up drill. If you want to know how that looks like, take a look. On the catch-up drill, you simply leave your arm waiting for the other arm to touch it before you begin to pull. This teaches you to keep that arm straight when you go for a breath, and it just gives your overall freestyle such a better rhythm. I highly recommend doing this drill all the time, and we did it with my guy every single session. Now, sinking legs is a very common issue for many swimmers in freestyle. Even experienced ones still are allowing their legs to sink a little bit. But when this happens, guys, it just messes up our buoyancy completely. And the less buoyant you are, the more difficult freestyle becomes. So this was one reason why my guy was feeling more tired than he should be. So we got him to get his legs up. And it's so easy to do this. And I'm excited to show you how we did that. One of the things that I do with all my clients, but especially this one, is to get them to have optimum buoyancy in their stroke. And the easiest way to show that on land is to just extend your body to the max as much as possible. I mean, reach for the stars, literally, and stay there. Every action that you do in freestyle has to be within this extended position. And for my guy that we fixed just now, we had to get him to do the Superman drill and this drill in the water that I'm about to show you. To feel that extension in the water, the best thing to do is to do it on the wall first. Reach for the wall, let your legs rise to the top as you extend your body. Push away from the wall, your legs might sink a little bit, but as soon as you extend, you can literally feel the buoyancy come into play. After you do this on the wall for a little bit, I want you to try to kick across the pool, and this is what we did with my guy. He couldn't even kick. We had to give him fins at first, and that's okay, because the point is to feel the extension. And after you kick off the wall a little bit, break into the full stroke. You can just feel that buoyancy so much better. One thing that was interesting with my client is that he had not only sinking legs, but he also was kicking from the knee. It's like a double whammy. Not only was he pulling himself down with that knee kick, he was just allowing his buoyancy to be totally ruined with whatever he was doing. It was no wonder that he was struggling to go faster than 210 pace. This is the wrong way to swim, guys. Don't bend your knees, keep your legs straight. And if you've achieved that optimum buoyancy that we just talked about, they will rise to the top. You don't have to worry about that much anyways. So we got to get them from the hip and keep the legs straight. That's the correct way to swim. Kicking from the knees, guys, is just horrible, but what does it mean to kick from the hip? I've gotten comments that said, I hate kicking from the hip. I don't understand what you're talking about. Well, let me show you in the water right now. Man, I'm getting soaked.
See how I'm pointing to the hip? Because that's where we're gonna initiate this kick. Now, the knees bend a little bit, but nothing compared to what I'm about to show you when we kick from the knee. Here's the wrong way. Now look at this, it's like bicycling in the water. The movement is initiated from the knees and you're gonna go nowhere like this.
Now, once we got my client's technique fixed in those first 4 areas, the next thing we had to adjust was the way he trained. Now, what he was doing is what a lot of you do, is that you go to the pool with a goal in mind to swim a certain distance, which that is great. And that's why he was able to go from 0 to 210 pace. But he couldn't improve from there because he wasn't actually building correct swim fitness. You can't just go to the pool and swim up and down mindlessly and think you're gonna improve to your full potential. What we had to do with him was to get him to go from that goal of just swimming laps every time he showed up to the pool. And by the way, he was going to the pool 4 times a week trying to get a goal of 2K. And that's 8 kilometers per week. That's not bad. And that's why he was frustrated that he wasn't improving. He was like, I'm swimming quite a bit. How come I'm just stuck at this 210? Well, from the fitness side, he wasn't doing any interval work and he wasn't doing any top end stuff. If you want to swim fast, you have to train fast. That doesn't mean every single time you get in the water, but you have to have systematic training where you're doing threshold, where you're doing VO2 max, where you're doing speed endurance. Those 3 type of workouts need to be included in your week every week. And I'm gonna break it down and give you an example of what those 3 types of workouts look like on the screen now.
Here are the quality main sets that he was doing. For threshold, we did a set of 3 times 200 at 75% effort on 40 seconds rest, 6 times 100 at 85% effort on 20 seconds rest, 6 times 50 at 90% effort on 10 seconds rest. This is a classic example of what he was doing for his threshold workouts. Then on a different day, we were doing VO2 max. And an example of his VO2 max set was 4 rounds of the following: 200 at 90% effort on 15 seconds rest, 100 at 99% effort on 2 minutes rest. During that 2 minutes, he could either just chill on the wall or do some easy swimming, but he needed to get a full recovery before starting the next round. Then on another day, a crucial workout was a speed endurance set. And an easy example of this is 5 times 400 at 70% effort on 1 minute rest. As simple as that, just swimming comfortable. And these are key sessions that he needed to have in his week all the time. Now, these sessions would change, but these would be the basic principle of what he was doing to improve his speed.
So in terms of his training, we raised his game from swimming 8K per week to swimming 15K per week. And he was doing this consistently, including those 3 types of workouts each week that we talked about. Now you can break that 15K down any way you want, but the way he was doing it is that he was doing 5 times 3K swims. So he was swimming Monday through Friday, taking the weekends off, and having those key sessions within. Outside of those 3 key sessions, he was just doing easy base volume, using equipment, making sure that he got his 3K in. And on those days, he could just swim for distance, and that was okay. Now guys, if you're interested in knowing what your true swim potential is, we have a quiz that can actually tell you. Check it out. The link is in the comments and the description. Now my guy, he didn't have the elite genetics, but he was able to have that massive improvement because he was committed to making these changes. We were able to get him to grab more water, get more buoyant, and just improve his overall training. These simple adjustments can be huge if you're committed, and you can do this. The good news is that 130 pace is not where he wants to stop. He wants to keep going, and I believe he can do it, and so can you. Guys, if you found value in this video, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, it really helps. And until next time, why not check out this video? It's another one that can boost your freestyle. Take care.